Hey, this is Michael NCY Store. I want to bring you another video I haven't done in a while. This is for the Tesla Model 3 automatic power trunk Frunk. They call it Frunk. Take the two words together, the front and the trunk, put together makes it a Frunk. Because Tesla Model 3, as we all know, how spacious it is, has no engine in the center, or actually in the front, as well as the rear. So pretty much how we normally open our trunk is we normally go like this, and we can install a little latch that helps us a little bit further. See how it pops up? Thanks to these struts here. Now this one makes it automatic. It just gives it a little bit push. The only thing about this one is kind of harder to push down a little bit, especially if you're short. I'm about 6 foot, so I don't have to worry too much, but if you're shorter, it's kind of hard to reach up there for that. And then the front one, only way to pretty much open it is either to the app, or if you have to splurge or a key fob, you can do that, or push it here. But you can see that it opens automatically again. But the only thing about it, again, we can open the back as well. There we go. There goes pop. You can't probably see it from the tinted, but you can see there. I usually just keep pretty much my car cover in here. But the thing about these ones is, again, they're just a little bit more stiffer springs. And with these ones is they're just the same way you have to manually close it. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to actually show you how to install the Power Frunk by Hansshow. So I got a huge discount on this to be able to show this video. So, and you guys will be able to get the discount as well. I'll get you an affiliate code, and so that still have to manually do it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to install the automatic Frunk, pretty much with Hansshow. We're going to open the box. It just came in today. I'm going to show you what's in there. So let's go ahead and leave that open. There we go. And let's go and get started, shall we? So there we go. The box was shipped to me right here. You can see there, NCY Store. And I haven't opened it yet, so we're going to do it right now. These are some of the tools you'll need. I'll talk about that a little bit. But let's see first of all, what's inside here. So we're going to do an unboxing video right here. I'm not best cutter. Try to cut to the tape area. Alright. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think there we go. Got it open. Oh, really nice. Since they gave me the complete set, I got the Frunk and I got the trunk with the automatic foot sensor, where we're going to talk about that a little later. We're going to do the trunk a little bit later. But there's actually a new installation, which I'll be more than happy to show you. When you put your feet right here, it automatically lifts up. So here we go. Let's see what Hansshow entails. There we go. There we go. That's what came in. So pretty nice. So let's check this out, shall we? Beautiful box. I'm not sure which one yet is for the Frunk. Oh, it tells you right there. Power tailgate and front trunk. Okay, which one is it? Power tailgate and Frunk. I assume tailgate is the rear, but let's see what the other box entails, really. So here we go. Maybe it's the same thing, huh? Maybe two boxes in one. Power tailgate and power Frunk. Oh, I got two boxes shipped to me. Pretty awesome. Make your vehicle smarter. This one feels a little bit heavier, so this actually might be the trunk one, even though it's the same packaging. It might be on the side here. There we go. So it's probably this one here. Still can't tell. This is the tailgate because it feels a little bit heavier. This feels like, oh, I want to say about at least 10 pounds maybe. And this feels like maybe about 7. So like 3 pounds light. I assume this is the Frunk one. So you can see the packaging comes in. It's universal, but there's a little side here that tells you probably where it is. So just based on the weight itself, I could probably assume this one is. There goes the Frunk. I was right. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look and open it. I'm going to go step by step and actually do the installation with you. And depending on what they provide us here already, we'll know exactly what's optional tools that we need out there versus what we actually really need to install it. So the Frunk is definitely going to be a little bit much easier, you know, because the battery is already right there in the front. So you don't have to run that far out. I think the only challenging part is probably just, you know, tidying up the wires neatly after it's been routed. But everything else seems to be pretty self-explanatory. If you're pretty much technically inclined, you could probably get this done in an hour. less maybe. But if you're not, it might take you a couple, you know. And if there's any kind of a troubleshooting, meaning like adjusting a little bit of the latch area, then it could take you about another hour or so. So just bear that in mind. Look at that beautiful layout. In fact, here we go. Everything is plenty. You got the latch motor right here. See if I whip it out for you. Oh, it does actually provide us 3M tape array. So there it goes. Now I know which one we don't need as optional because it's provided. It feels really nice and sturdy, like a really nice cloth material. So really impressed. Like probably heat retard. Okay, let's see what else we got. Don't be intimidated. I know these wirings are, I mean, to be honest with you, it's my first time doing it, so if anything, I should be the one that's intimidated with you. But, you know, just follow this video, and you can also see other videos that does installation as well. I gotta give credit to Larry Lee, pretty much in the Bay Area. I watched a lot of his video from Frugal Tesla. They make it pretty easily known. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to do this best I can and give you my take on it, and hopefully it'll help you guys make your installation a little bit more easier. So this must be the motor, I believe. The motor or the brain. This must be the CPU, and that's the motor itself actually. That probably pulls the cable. So that's very interesting. So here we go. There it is. Pretty light. Looked like it could probably weigh less than 10 ounces. Nice, sort of like maybe aluminum casing. There's the warranty card. You get the warranty card with Hansshow. They cover you in case there's any faults. I believe it's a 2-year warranty. You just gotta fill it out and mail it out. Purchase date, failure, solution, warranty cards. I think they probably know from your purchase history when you purchased the item already, so it's probably nothing to really mail out. Nope, that's it. Just letting you know what's going to happen. Awesome. And then again, these are all there's the fuse line there for the power cable. And then here's the struts itself. Then we actually have tie straps already, so we don't need that. So basically all we need for tool wise is, and here is the struts itself, the front. See there? Where the wire ends, that's where it goes to the bottom. I'll show you what tools I use to pull these out easier than just a flathead. But if you don't have that pick tool, you can just use a flathead. See here, it actually comes pre-lube also. Check that out. Now that's quality right there. It already comes with a little bit of lubrication in there. Again, what impresses me is they already provide the M3 tape right here. So you really don't need anything other than just your basic tools to get started. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and scatter this a little bit. Show you guys a little bit what I have here. A bunch of wires, the springs, the fuse line for the power, and then this is the speaker to hear the beat. So when you set it for how fast you want the frunk to close, the lid, the power motor, the warranty card, the actual CPU brain. These where all the struts wires go to. We'll get to that. And I believe this is pretty much considered a soft close automatic door. This is probably where the sort of the motor or the signal goes to right here. And then I believe the power goes to this side right here, which they're color coded. You can see here the purple pretty much is your fuse line. I believe is your fuse line. I'm sorry. Yeah, the purple is connected to somewhere along here. So let's go and get started. These are pretty much the basic tools you need. Since we already have, you don't need any of your own 3M tape. You could save this for maybe the trunk. We'll find out the actual trunk needs this one. So you don't need that no more. You don't need any of these little small tie straps. I would recommend getting a couple of long ones because you could tie the CPU much better with this one. If you see some of the previous videos from Larry Lee and Frugal Tesla, you can see here they use pretty much 2 of these tie straps to join and make one. Well, you know, just go and get yourself one long piece, keep it continuous. You're gonna need a 10mm socket. If you don't have a power drill, don't worry about it. I do everything by hand myself. That way I could fill the bolt because I'm not that fast when it comes to like using the power tool to spin things off. Afraid I might strip things, so I use a 10mm. But if you're, you're confident, use a power drill. I have one over there, but I just choose not to. It's gonna take the video a little bit longer, but let's go. You're gonna need a plier so you can cut. You're gonna be able to cut your tie straps cleanly and also pull some of the stuff. You're gonna need a flathead if you need to plow some of those plastic screws, and also to remove your struts. And then you're gonna need some optional, I'd say. If you do it with the tie strap, fine, you don't need any electrical tape. But if you like to use it like I'm gonna try to do it, then let's go ahead and do it. I use a M3 33. Okay, so that's it. Usually what I keep in my frunk is very simple. I just keep my basic pretty much Tesla Model 3 car cover, which I love this cover by Tesla, by the way. If you ever get an opportunity to fork over $300, these things fit like a glove, and they're actually thick material. They're not like something cheapy. That's just a little bit insight on Tesla's quality material here. I don't know about the other products they have, but I love their car cover. It's one of the best, especially when I'm just parking outside in the driveway or anything like that, or outside outdoors. This one does a really good job. So that's pretty much why I keep in my frunk. Other than that, I love the 3M pads too. Here's some product showcase. What I do, I keep my I guess this is my old driver's license plate in there. I took out the new one and put in the front. I didn't install the front one yet because I do have the adapter to just pop it on, but I just don't do it because I like the look of it, even though I'm in California. I think you're supposed to. So you're gonna have to get underneath here. I still have my car what do you call that, spec sheet right here. You can see I have the Model 3 Standard Range Plus. There it is. A little bit more detail than you probably would need to know, but I like sharing things, so that's how I do my videos. If I talk a lot, I'm just excited about it. So I've been looking forward to doing this for a while now. I just haven't had the time until now. So now, because the car was taken in for paint protection film and ceramic coating, you can see here, gotta give a shout out to PFS protection film solution up there in Fremont, Audi. They did all my PFS for me, full car with the nano ceramic coating, I think it's called Galance. So you're gonna need to remove this. We're gonna remove this, and this is our grocery bag, which we pop this right here. You can see that's where you're gonna need one with a little bit of a longer extension for your 10mm socket to be able to get in there. Gonna pop that out, and then these ones, I believe it just comes off there. Oh wow, that was easy. I got my first assembly off right now. Okay, and then I think this one here, you just kind of insert it in there, and it all eventually will squeeze out of there. I just want to be really careful I'm doing. This is the spring you're going to replace. We're going to be removing, sorry, it's upside down. We are going to be removing this 10mm bolt as well. If we need to adjust, there's another adjustment here that we can bring this up and down, but more than likely we'll try to figure out which one's here. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we do is we just pop this right here. It's very simple. Just go and grab it from one corner and just work your way. That's what I love about Tesla. Everything is like toolless almost, for the most part, you know. It's just plastic, thick screws and stuff. And you can see that when I install the trunk, I'm not gonna need to remove the rear bumper like a lot of ones are, because if your car has a newer model that's just manufactured, they're pretty much all new, but if it's manufactured a little later in 2019, just kind of skip a little bit here. I was gonna show you. You could tell is because if you look underneath, probably can't see it because it's dark, but there is some screw holes here, which I guess I'll show you to you next time when we do the trunk anyway. So you'll get to that with me. So there we go. As we got this removed, you can see here it just kind of pops out. These are it right here. You can see here these little plastic rivets. You shouldn't have to break them if you do them carefully. There we go. So we got those popped out. Next, what we're going to do is pop these out right here. Same thing. Going to give it a pull. A lot of people can do this pretty quickly. I just try to be careful. No, I'm not trying to impress my strength or anything, but there we go. And I also put the little leaf shield, and you know what? It actually works, because I actually had leaves. You can see here, it's fall now in our house. The leaves were falling, and these things actually really kept them in place. So the leaves actually did try to make it in here, but it couldn't because of this thing was pretty much protected. You know, fat leaves can't get in anyways. The broken particles might. Okay, so you can see that right there. So that's it. So there's going to be a total of 6 screws, I believe, or 7. 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 10mm, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here's the 7th one right here. This is what we have to remove. So let's go and get started, shall we? 10 millimeter. There we go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. There we go. Oh, that's really pretty loose almost. And if you happen to drop it easily, just get a little magnet thing and then just kind of, so you can see here, I'm doing it slowly for you so you can follow along. You'll see how long exactly it takes beyond me explaining anything extra. Right, I like to be really careful with my plastic, so I'll just get like a soft cloth. Oh, by the way, did I mention you might want to get some rubbing alcohol and also a cloth to clean the area? That we're going to go ahead and adhesive, including the motor and the CPU of the unit. So I'm going to put that here. Take that out there. There we go. You can see my car probably has less than 4,000 miles, so I haven't really got a chance to enjoy it much. It's mainly been in a lot of service as far as not anything like mechanical heart issue, but mainly just for cosmetic. You know, Tesla has a thing with fit and finish issue, which I'm very happy with them. They pretty much resolved all my fit and finish issue, repainted the door that I didn't think they'll do. So they took care of me. Okay, so recommend extension with a 10 millimeter socket. And let's go and get this bad boy right here. I'm glad there's still some natural sunlight out in the open. I just loose them all. I could probably do it without the socket. These weren't pretty loose, by the way. They're just loose. I'm not sure if you ever need to put blue Loctite on these things, because Teslas are pretty good with their interlock plastics area. You don't really have to worry. These look like they were put on afterwards almost. Seem kind of, the washers came a little offset. All right, there you go. Just let that go. Just loose it all by hand. You guys can count with me if you want. I got one right there. I'm not going to start in any particular order. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know they're probably the same size screws too, if you want to line them up just to make sure. This one might actually be a little bit longer. Let's see. No, they try to keep them pretty the same. Okay, so far they're the same to me. I can't see any difference in length. That's good. Easy for us, right? The only thing hardest is you're constantly hunching over. I have a back issue, so I'm wearing a little bit of my little garment belt here. Other than that, the only hard part is just, you know, not being lazy. You can do this. It's not that complicated. Don't let the wires intimidate you. After watching Larry Lee's video for several times, I kind of ins and out. I also watch other guys' video as well, from Hansshow directly as well, which I know that they don't speak fluent, but you can get the idea of what they're doing, and they pretty much speed up pretty fastly. So I'm really appreciative for Larry Lee's video with Frugal Tesla. Again, I gotta give him credit for allowing me to be able to learn and make these videos here for them. Okay, so there we go. So they're all the same size. It seems actually this one might be a little shorter. It might be. Actually, no, they're probably the same. I'm lining them up as we speak, and you can see here they're no different. All right, so we got what? We got this, that. Okay, one more here to go. We have a total of 5, 6. I believe these washers don't move. I guess they have built them in, huh? Very smart. Yeah, very smart. These are built-in washers. And usually, you know, they think of it afterwards. They usually thought there was. Well, I think we're almost there. Now, you could put them back in the spot, but since they're the same screws, it's no problem here. There we go. They're all the same size. 2, 4, 6. And I believe this is the last one for me anyway. 7th. I started this middle section here and kind of worked around the clock here. So again, 1 screw here, 2 screw here in this midsection, and then 2 more screws here at this further midsection, and then the front section 2 more screws. So a total of 7 screws. I know I'm repetitive, please excuse me. That way you guys aren't missing anything. I sometimes watch other people's video, and I always have to pause it so many times because I'm such a slow learner or getting things. So I'm gonna go and grab this chair. It just allows me to take it easy a little bit. I'm not sure if I have time, but let me see what I can do. Anything to save some straining, I can try. Oh, there we go. A little bit more comfortable on the chair. All right, so here we go. So you can almost do this sitting down maybe. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and pop this out now so it won't interfere. So let's do that. Let's pop this out, shall we? I believe you can see here it's like a push. Everything's just push with Tesla, which is kind of nice. Speaking of push, when you push it, you'll see what I'm talking about. See that? It opens like that. Okay, so anyway. So let's go and push these out. I don't want to damage anything. So let me see if I can go ahead and bring it out a little bit forward. I can push it for you. These two hands here. Clamp the camera between my legs here. Probably have to squeeze. You can squeeze it and push it. You can see here. You could probably take a flathead to it better, but there you go. See that? Just squeeze, and then just get one side off first. Don't worry about the other one. See that? And then you can just sideways walk it out or drop it out, and that's it. There it is. So it was just interlock with the plastics right here. There we go. So what I did was I squeezed this in. Oh, I actually pushed the button. That's why you hear that noise. So we got one more part out here. That wasn't hard, right? So we got all these plastics out already. Oh, by the way, I also installed this really nice gunmetal protector here. Normally it's plastic, but I think these were a pretty reasonable price. So they're like probably less than maybe 20 bucks or so. I got the pair with the rear as well to help protect, you know, just a little bit scrapes. You'll see a lot of things that I kind of done to this car. Hopefully it'll impress you and hopefully make sense, but some of them are impractical. And normally you'll take the spring out too, but we're not worried about that yet. We just want to make sure the button's not in the way. So let's go ahead and put this somewhere safely. So when we yank this whole thing out, it's not gonna do anything. So I'm just gonna, see here, I'm just trying to find a place for it. There we go. Awesome. So here we go. And then the next thing we're gonna do, I just sat a little bit so it kind of helped out my back, give me a little bit more strength. So you can see here, these are kind of like snapped on and clip on. You're gonna see me clean a little bit there. See that? They're just like metal. Sorry. Let me try to lighten this up here. There you go. You can see that? They're just little metal rokas that's kind of laying in these little plastic things here. And if they're not properly set, see that? They clip on like that. So you take them out. They just, like a V-shape inserts. Tesla's just very smart as far as assembling goes. They mostly use robotics, and anything that they can make easier for their robotics, they'll do it. And this is probably maybe manually placed in by humans, who knows. But anyway, all you do is just curl your finger here. The reason why is you don't want to claw your thing or use anything harsh, but you should be able to do it. Be careful, don't slide your fingers, because plastic will cut through you a little bit, like a plastic knife. So just be really careful with yourself. That's it. Look at that. Lift halfway already. And you can see there. All right. Now let me go ahead and take all these here. All these bundle. My tools, my socket and everything. Put these down here in the ground. And let's go and start on the other side, shall we? Same thing. Same concept. Get your hand underneath there and just pop it up. There we go. With all the screws, fairly simple. There you go. It's ready to be lifted out. And you can see here, this is your pull, I believe this is your pulling rod, which we're gonna be able to pop out here, and I'll show you how to do that as soon as we get all this out of the way. Okay, so let me go and pull this gently. I'll put this here. I got a little tripod for the phone. That way you can see me pull it out. There we go. Okay, just go and grab it. Careful, don't pull it by the rubber. You don't want to damage your rubber. There we go. I kind of inserted my finger in here and lifted it out a little bit, but you can lift it perfectly parallel and just lift it out. Woo! Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and bring it back to a little place here. Just set it softly. There we go. All right. Let's see where we're at now. Woo! I've never seen my car like this before. I'm not a Tesla mechanic, so this is totally new to me. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, when they actually, the other company, not PFS, but I won't say their name on this video, you know, not to badmouth them, but they didn't do a great job at all. They squeegee all the dirt and everything right into the gaps. Because what it is film, you have to use some kind of slip solution. If they just use like shampoo or baby shampoo, it would have been fine. But they decided to use some of their own slip low solution that they think they mixed properly, but they didn't really do a good job. So what I'm gonna do again is take some of this, maybe with a little rubbing alcohol. This is not part of the installation video, but it's kind of nice to be able to tidy things up as you see them, you know, because how many chances you're gonna get to keep opening your frunk like this all the way. So what I'm gonna do is just put some alcohol. You can get whatever percentage. I just got only 50% because what we have available. You can get 75, 90, doesn't matter. Just get whatever, just to clean. Here we go. This kind of helps lubricate a little bit and also takes out some of the bad stuff. So let me go ahead and get started here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's hard to even see it. Yeah, pretty bad. So while you're here, you know what I mean, just go ahead and clean everything up here. Nothing's gonna shock you or anything. I don't think you'll be in that area. Yeah. Very gunky, huh? Look at that. Nice and clean now. If you guys ever seen any of my previous video, I'm a clean fanatic when it comes to things that I like and take care of. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit more. Oh, be careful, don't knock any plastic things loose that you're not aware of. So it's good actually to record sometimes what you're doing, because you can go back, look at that. They left all that gunk here. That again, that was from their non-shampoo and water mixture or alcohol. They use their own gel-like slip solution, which causes so much engine damage if it got in further. But so I'm gonna go and tidy up this area here real quick. So it's gonna make a video a little bit longer, but you'll probably do the same thing too, because I believe that you might even have some dust and so forth. You can see they did a great job in the PPF film. It went all the way much as possible right here in this area. So you can see they rolled the edges. Look at the edges, how beautiful they are. You can't even tell there's PPF. That's how amazing paint protection film worked on. A lot of places in the corners, you can see where the cut lines are. But with PFS and Fremont, you want to talk to my boy Albert there. He'll take care of you. You can see how clean that is. Look at that, beautiful, isn't it? That's up close right there. A lot of people don't show you up close with their workmanship because one, they're embarrassed, or two, they know they're doing wrong. So I recommend them if you're in the Bay Area. Go to Fremont Audi. They're inside the Audi dealership, a brand new showroom, and they have a dedicated section there that they pretty much work with the Audi dealer. So you're talking about like Iron Man kind of cars over there. I mean, we had like a $500,000 or 550,000 to be exact Porsches, Ferraris that they work on. So they are not a rinky-dink startup. 15 plus years of experience. He came from originally Santa Ana. So this is really good. I'm really glad they took care of it. They're not the cheapest in town, but I tell you what, you won't have the headache of going back and forth. They will take good care of your Tesla Model 3. There we go. Ooh, look at this guy here. Whoa, this looks so scary. I'm afraid to rub it, but I guess what? I guess it's just a ground bar. It's grounded, so I'm okay. I don't think it'll shock me, but I wouldn't go deeper. All right, so the areas that we actually want to really clean is for the installation is to where we're going to mount the cable motor. It's going to be somewhere right here in this area, so we want to make sure we get that clean for sure. But while I'm here, like I said again, I'm just going to go ahead and clean all these areas here. Wow, look at that right there. A lot of flakes. A lot of flakes. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and rub it off. Because once you put the cover back on, you won't have a chance to come back here and clean it. So it's a good time to do it now. That way you get a chance to actually see a little bit more in detail what's inside these fine machines here. You can see the only fluid we have is, I believe, is just a reservoir for the engine lubrication. Doesn't really have a transmission or axle. You can almost see straight down, and the battery's like cushion right there. So that's why Teslas are so safe when they actually have a front impact, since there's no center engine here. Other than what I put here, you know, just my, you know, soft cover there. You can take the front impact so it doesn't transfer that to back to the cabin where you're sitting for safety. So let me go ahead and get this all cleaned up here. Sorry, I'm not one of those guys who can do the, what do you call it, fast forwarding. So you can if you like to. But if you want to spend time with me, we can just chit chat and carry on what we're doing. You'll see everything, what I'm seeing in real time. Today is November 24th, Sunday. It was funny, I actually had an appointment with Larry Lee, and I told him, you know, Larry, I've been watching your video quite often. Many times, just to make sure I get it, which is Frugal Tesla. I think I could probably do this on my own, and even Frugal Tesla mentioned to himself that he could probably do it as well, the Frunk. Now, as far as the trunk goes, I'm going to go ahead and do my best here to show you what I know from several videos, including Larry Lee's himself, and Hansshow, and other ones as well, like Tesla Offer, which I know they came out with version 2, but I think that Hansshow, now I might be biased, but I think they're much better because they already had the idea of making your, instead of installing a button for the trunk to make it pop open, it already worked. Even with their current model here that I got, it already worked with the screen touch. You can open your trunk that way. I think version 2 they had to pretty much reroute the wires or something like that, or gave you another adapter with the Tesla Offer one to make it work that way. And Hansshow already had that in place. So, and also I believe Hansshow, it's kind of lesser wires when it comes to the front driver area. You don't have to do all that tapping of those two wires for the, I guess they call it the firewall maybe, or something like that, wall power. So you just bring it to the battery here, and again, I'll find out in more in depth. So don't quote me on any of these things as far as I know so far. So today is November 24th, 2019. My car date of birth was August 2019 this year, August something. But anyway, I took delivery of it on August 15th. So I really had this car for less than, today's November, August, October. No, well, I got September, October, November. Less than, probably like 3 months. So I have less than, close to almost 4,000 miles on it, like 3,900 something. I'll probably be putting 4,000 miles as soon as I get this Frunk. I can't wait because Thanksgiving's coming up. I'll be taking the family in this car. We're going to seat the whole 5-seater. And we're going to go up to visit my sister in Santa Clarita, which I love over there because they have good Korean tacos there. So I invited Tesla Joy. She wanted to go and have Korean taco. She just liked the comment, but I don't know if that's a valid case. I said, you know, a lot of people are spending with their family, which is understandable, but if we're up in the area, I always like to meet other Tesla users. I always see them on the road. We always give each other high beams, like a high five. We just turn on the high beam. So if you guys ever see me and send your high beam, then that's cool. I'll do the same thing back to you. Especially where we're the same white color, which they're the mass-produced ones. What a great deal. I wanted white too, even if I had to pay extra for it. So I'm glad they made it white available for that price. So I would get the performance model if I could have had the extra cash to do that, but I figured this is within my means. So I didn't get full self-driving. I think it's 7,000 now. I could have got it for 6,000, but I just got, I guess, advanced autopilot only, which is fine for me. I still get a little bit shaky when I'm so near a semi truck those big ones on the freeway, you guys could probably relate. So let me go ahead, put some more cleaning alcohol. This is not supposed to be a cleaning video, but I guess I'm turning it into one. Good thing I got this alcohol here. All right. Couple of dabs at this guy here. Should finish the job here. Oh man. Oh. All right. Yeah, I'm from all the way in Central Valley. Where I got this PPF done was in Tracy the first time, and that was the last time. It was a mistake. Make sure you go with people who have experience doing these cars. You know, like I said, even if they're certified or factory trained, doesn't necessarily mean they have the experience to do a good job for you. It might be one of those like cookie cutter kind of deal with jagged edges and stuff. That's what mine was, experience wise. You can see here, I can't just get enough of this guy. You can see the edges here. Look at that. Beautiful, right? You can't even tell. You guys see the, let me close this. Look at the edges here. That's a good PPF right there. There's no jagged edge showing. There's no exposed edge showing right there. A lot of places cut almost a centimeter right there, exposing the edge, because I know they can't, you know, stabilize the PPF, because PPF tends to always want to go flat, but a professional one could make it happen for you and keep it staying. So keep rubbing here. Sorry guys, maybe I'm using this as an excuse to not do the hard work, right? We're getting there, we're getting there. I figure if I do this, you guys see me do everything. There's no behind the scenes. Once it's done, it's done. Nice. It's not that bad, huh? Not too embarrassed to open this. I mean, I know eventually after a couple more months, this will probably be much more dirtier. But it's not too bad. It's just dusty, that's it. And mainly that gunk there. It seems a little bit more harder to view. So I'm going to get a couple more dabs at this alcohol rub. I should be rubbing the area soon. There we go. So again, if you guys want to forward this once I start laying the first thing down, you guys can. But for right now, I'm okay. Have done a video since we last did our scooter shot. It was a good scooter. May it rest his soul. I still have it there in pieces. I think maybe summertime I'll probably get it going again. Who knows? But I kind of like to ride scooters too. Kind of fun being in the open sometime, but if I'm gonna be in a vehicle on the freeway, I'd rather take a Tesla. Much more safer. There we go. All these gunk. There we go, almost there. Look at that, all nice and rolled edges. You can't even tell that there's PPF. There we go, all clean. Look at that, beautiful. Very, very, very happy with my PPF. Be careful cleaning these things with alcohol. You don't want to kind of wet and cloth and kind of deal, but so just really be cautious of your surrounding there. If you can see here, I'm just dabbling the areas that I know. Just dusty, that's all they are. All right, so we're almost there. These things are like flexible, aren't they? Yeah. They just make them really, really smart, which I'm really impressed by Tesla's ability to bring out a product. Their fit and finish issue might be a different story, but I think even at PFS, we were looking at like high-end cars, like $500,000 Ferraris and stuff, and I kid you not, they still have fit and finish issue. Nothing's perfect. That's why you go to a detailer if you really want to get the final detailing down. All right, so there we go. A little dusty over here. So let's go and start cleaning this area here. And this is where we're gonna start mounting our pretty much our cable motor, I call it, not the CPU. A lot of people think there's one big huge CPU and that's it. Actually, you have to have a motor that pulls those cables. So that's what, and that's the one that makes the noise, other than your additional beeping noise, which the beeping noise is only for setting the, again, the speed of which. Let me just give that a good pour. There we go. That way I don't have to come back for it. So alcohol's almost there. But yeah. There we go. Careful, just don't put your hands in there. Make sure you look at it if there's any kind of electrical. All right, so where we go, we got it. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Front end module. I think I'm ready. I think I'm all ready. Just gotta give it. I think with a little bit more alcohol like this, it actually did the trick. I was trying to clean it with very little lubricant. Alcohol, even though it dries fast, is still a pretty good cleaning lubricant agent. All right, there we go. I think it's all clean now for us. We can get started. All right, let's go and lay out our products, right? Okay, so here we go. First thing off, look at that, beautiful. Everything comes off so easy with ceramic coating. You guys can't see it by the camera, but I can. You see this little, see here, little spatula? Just wipe. It's done. You can almost wash your car with just wiping it. All right, so we got the, at least we got that part clean. So let's go and bring all our parts, shall we? And let's go and start. So the first thing is, I believe, is the motor. We're talking about it all day. And we're gonna need some tape. Oh, we actually can install the strut first, actually. So let's do that. I think these are pretty much universal. You can go left or right on them. Let me double check to make sure, please. Okay. We'll come back for our thing there. So let's check these out. Again, I actually do it differently than a lot of people use a flathead, which if you don't have this pick tool, you can use a flathead. But let me just make sure. I really like the fact that they actually give you lubricant on this. Hansshow did a really great job, and oh, it feels really nice. Very cold, like a can cold of beer or something. Heavy duty too, by the way. Oh yeah. Let's see if any of them says left or right. Because the reason why I say they're universal is probably because you can spin them around. Like this. See that? You can spin it to turn it. See? You can spin it to turn it. So there's one. I always like to make sure I look at everything thoroughly before I assemble it. Because why redo it the first time when you can just take a look at it carefully. So yeah, they look pretty the same to me. They're identical. If you look at them. There's nothing special about each one from the other, so you can probably take one and clamp it and so forth. Well, anyway, this is how I do it. You don't have to do anything with these guys here to flour it. So let me put at least one of them back in the bag. We'll start with one. You can work either one, left or right. Back here, I'll start with the right one since I'm already on this side. Okay, so what you do now is you need your flathead, right? So you can go and get your flathead. This is not where you have to be really careful with the mirrors, because there's behind this one. So you can take your flathead here and you can wedge this. Sorry. You guys see that right there? Unfortunately, my thing is a little bit longer than I wanted to. But yeah, you can do this. So you can take that right there. See that? Just kind of plow it out there a little bit. Be careful. Let me go and be really careful. Now what I like to do is this way. Let me see if I can set this first securely. Then I come back, show you. See if I can mount this somewhere you can see. I like to show details in my video. Get really close. That way you can see it. Okay, let's go and tilt it up. Alright. So yeah, you can see that right there. Whoa. It wanted to slide off. Not yet. Okay. So I'm not sure good angle from this side or not, but you guys can see where I was trying to plow out the first time, right? So let me go and try to plow it again. Be careful. These feel a lot much more heavier. Okay, so you can just plow it like this. See, I'm careful now because I have two hands. I can, whoop, or you go from the top, whichever you can get an angle. What you're trying to do is just gap it. See, this one makes it really hard. That's why I don't use a flathead. You could use a flathead, but I use this tool right here. I use a picket tool. You can see this picket tool right here. I'll show you why. What's great about this picket tool is everyone uses a flathead. So this is why I learned with the picket tool, you just curve in and you're in control. You're like, you know what? You follow me, I don't follow you. Look at that. There you go. That's the picket tool for you. It's got a little bit more angle leverage. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. We got that in the very. Now it's time to get it from the bottom. So let me go and do that. Let me see if I can get this kind of angled and rested. Lucky these things have like rubber legs or something. See if I can get an angle for you. I should be able to see it there. Okay, so with the picket tool here, I'm still endorsing it, aren't I? Okay, so see that it's hard to get an angle with your Phillips or anything like that. I'm sure a lot of people can do it much faster than me, but there you go. Then I can just pull it. First of all, I gotta remember how this one angle goes, so I can go from the bottom of it. There you go. Just kind of give it a little wiggle. You guys see me wiggling it? There we go. See? Oh, sorry. You guys saw me pop it out, but didn't. So that's what I love about these ones. All right, so we got one in there. I guess you can go install the very bottom first. So compared to these guys here, the struts that actually automatically push your thing open for you, and the one that actually came with Hansshow, much much lighter. The Hansshow one feels like it weighs about maybe, I would say about a good pound, and these one maybe feel like it weighs about maybe about, I think this is about 1.5 pounds, and this one maybe weigh about maybe 15 ounces, so shy from a pound, 1 ounce maybe. But that's just my estimation. Wish I had a scale to really prove it to you. So I'm just gonna put these guys in here, drop them in. Okay, so now what I want to do is actually be able to turn them, see what their thrust hole is turning, because I think they eventually give in, or no. Let's find out. No, they keep on spinning freely. The reason why I'm turning away from my glass is because I don't want anything weird to happen. So I guess these things just turn freely, so it doesn't really matter how long you're gonna spin it. Again, let's go and put these in. So here we go. Like I said, again, they have lubrication array. Thank you, Hansshow, for that. And just go and see if you can see it. Just gonna snap. I know this is very fundamental, and you guys are like, I know how to clamp these on, but like again, I like to show everything, so bear with me. So here we go. Put this in here. Kind of wedge it out. Careful, your paint and everything else that affects you. So I can actually do it right now, holding one hand and just kind of ready. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Look at that. I just kind of squeeze it in. Oh yes. Now I feel like getting inside. Now you can see here, this other side here is on the other way, right? So unfortunately, we have to take out maybe both because this won't pop out enough to reach it. So here we go. I assume this is for the front because the motor and everything looks like for the front. Okay, so we got to do this part now. We got to take this guy off. And when we do, this thing might come hurling down. Since it's light, it's not bad. I can just use my head, use literally my head. So I'm going to take my picket tool again, which is my favorite tool to remove it. Again, you can do it with a screwdriver. I'll do the top with a screwdriver, so you can't say that you haven't even tried it to do it with a screwdriver correctly. So I'll do it one with the screwdriver. If I had a smaller screwdriver, it would have been more perfect for this example. Let me see here. We'll bring our screwdriver. Put my picket tool here. All right, grab my phone here by the tripod. Alright, so I'm going to do is I'm going to jab it. You can jab it from underneath or wherever you can. See that right there? Just kind of poke it. There we go. See, you lift. Oh, there, whoop, 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 whoop. The whole thing just fell. Oh, I thought I was going to use my head, right? Alright, maybe I won't have to. I'm holding it right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead. I don't think this... How far does this thing go? Oh, it actually stays a certain point. It does have a little restriction there. Thank goodness, because I thought I was just going to flapjack back and just smack my front. That would be devastating. Okay, you can see I'm playing hop here. I'm holding the phone with one hand. Now I'm actually using my head, so I really live what I talked about. Okay, so here we go. Let's go and get this guy to support us. How low can you go? Alright, here we go. Okay, there we go. Alright. You just smack it in there. And if you have to wiggle this a little bit, you can. There. Oh, look at that. Whew. Good silicone. Very good silicone. Alright. Wow. There we go. Oh. Nice. It didn't want to stay on its own when it's halfway, but you can see here the silicone smacked itself, which is good. They gave you plenty, that's for sure. Just don't want it anywhere else other than inside their area because it'll bring dirt, right? So let me go ahead and give it more to the areas that needs it. Actually, they give plenty everywhere, so we might not have to worry. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep in the wrap. I got a feeling that by keeping the wrap, it's so much easier. That way I don't have to worry about this thing damaging. All right, so here we go. Oh, they gotta take the bottom one. Wasn't there yet. All right, so I did try it with the flat one, so you can see that it's doable. But I'm gonna go and use my pick a tool here. Because for me, it just seems a little bit more easier. Okay. There we go. Can leverage this anywhere I want to. It's like a dentist, right? Actually, this might be better with the flathead, to be honest with you now. But let's see what I can do. There we go. My pick tool. All right, there we go. We got that there. This is the last of its kind. I guess you can say no more of that pushing the button. That was the last time I'm going to do that. Because from here on, the automatic power Frunk is going to do all the work for me. Relieve the pressure of me having to push down anymore on my trunk. Or my emblem, you could say. So let's go ahead and put this set here with this guy. The rest of them. Actually, what we could do is just put them in the sleeves that the other ones came in, right? So let's do it. I'm glad that actually they compressed the first one, because that way gives you a little bit of play time to get the other one compressed. You could probably fit both of them into one of these guys. That's how thick these guys are compared to these guys here. So what I'm gonna do, just throw these guys both in the same bag, I guess, or maybe one bag each. That way they don't scrape each other, even though I'm not using these guys. So let me just put these aside for a second. And let's get started putting this one in, and we'll get the bag from it off later. All right. Again, there's no need for the Phillips. Start from the bottom. Again, just giving a little bit of force in. Just snaps in there. Take out the wrap. Turn this guy here, ready to receive. Oh, look at that, almost perfect, really. Gotta push it a little bit lower, but that's okay, it'll snap. Remember, again, this thing created a gush. All right, there we go. Ready? What I'm gonna do is just gonna give a little force inward. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Actually, that one didn't splat, but you can see here up close. Yeah, Hansshow really did a great job in thinking of everything what the user experience would need. and they made it really easy to do your own installs. Now, if you don't have time, understandable, but you know, if Model 3 is your passion and seeing it inside out might be a good time to really explore that. So that wasn't bad, and you save what, 200 bucks installation. So we're not trying to take anything away from Larry Lee, but if you're up here in this area, I might be able to do the installs for you. If you don't really want to do it, I'll take that money. Here we go. I'll do a good job too. So I'm gonna put here, which I'm not competing with Larry. He's up in the Bay. I'm here in Central California, so you still save about 3 hours of commute. So if you're up in the Modesto, Fresno area, definitely look me up. All right, so we'll put this in here now. So there we go. Well, first of all, I'll see how I do with my own car, right? And then we'll judge. All right, so next one is we're gonna install the motor. And this is where the adhesive is. I just popped my guy. Just kind of flexed them. Okay, we're gonna need some adhesive. Let's go and bring all these gizmos and gadgets here. Once we unravel it, don't get intimidated again. The wires are just gonna be the same. There we go. All right. So we're gonna do a little, I call it dry fit first, just trying to see, get a feel for where we're going. Okay, so we got the two. Ooh, yeah, careful with this. Still metal. So might want to be best hold both hands on the wheel. Trying to get my chair to sit at the same time. Save my back strength so I can keep on arching over. Okay, so we'll probably want to get the adhesive going on shortly. But if you look at it, they're both sides, they're identical. Look at that. It's almost like Star Trek. So we'll see. So here we go. We're gonna go install this guy here. I think this is the adhesive. Probably, let's see which one's better to go back and forth. Because, okay, you probably want to put this forward. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. You have two sides here. The reason why I chose, well, for one thing, this has a lot more bumps than this side, which could probably, well, actually it has the same, kind of different ways. But I think this will be better because this guy here, you can see the whole cable here with me. You see that right there? That bracket there needs to turn around and go the opposite direction, sort of kind of curve backwards. And this one goes straight forward into this little plate right here. This guy right here is gonna be curving around like this or underneath. But he is gonna be coming back. He's gonna be coming back like this overall, right? So if he's doing that, you want this guy here to be facing toward more of the center of the trunk, and this one very close to the front, because he's the one that's actually coming back out through here, back out through here. So there it goes. That's the setup. And now we gotta decide on the adhesive part. Let's do a dry fit and see how it wobbles, because once it's in place, it's pretty much in place. You can see here they have actually mounts where you put a tie strap to for extra security, but I don't think we'll have that problem. So you can see here I'm holding it like this, kind of folding it in. It's gonna smack things around. Be careful, you don't want to scrape your plastic either. Do a little lifting on your own. Okay, here we go. While the sun is still out. Sorry about that. I think my chair is running away from me. You can see that. This part I should freeze. Alright, here we go. There we go. Stay tight. Alright. Good thing these are a detailer's chair. They don't really scrape the bumper, which is a good thing. And if you did scrape it, since it's PPF, if it's just a normal scrape, lightly, even with a wire brush, by the heat and sunlight, It self-heals itself. That's what's great about putting PPF, especially rock chips when you're traveling. A little expensive, but I think it's worth this investment because I believe you have to repaint anything on a car, usually a couple thousands. So it's worth it to at least get the high impact area. All right, so let me go and put on some headlights. Literally put on some headlights. This right here. Give me some more visibility. That way you guys can see what I'm seeing. There we go. How's that? I'm prepared this time. Okay, let me come over here. That way you guys can see it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find a good mounting position for it. Even though it's double stick tape, I just don't feel confident where we're going to mount it at yet. Should we mount it closer to this jab? Or I think maybe we should line it up right there. Right here from this guy here. And we should go all the way further as possible. That way it's not depending on the double stick tape too. And there's no point of really putting double stick tape anywhere other than this stand-up area right here. Yeah, this will work. Yep, right there. Okay, so we got an idea. Now we're gonna do a dry fit first. You can see here I'm pulling this guy here. Like I said again, he's gonna be curving around like this, sort of underneath this guy. And he's gonna make his way. These are actually soft styrofoam right here. They really improved, I guess. This one's all crunched up already. So I didn't do this at all. You can see we just opened it together, but that's fine. But we actually have to come around from here, I believe. And then we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this 10 millimeter, and we're gonna sort of poke this somewhere in here to latch it. So be right there. So this is it. So I just want to make sure we got enough slack, that's all. Then we're going to take off the necessary cabling of that one, and I believe this one too as well. So you can see here, it's styrofoam, it's not really hard plastic, sort of like styrofoam plastic. So Tesla knows how to save costs. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and prepare the adhesive, shall we? Okay. All right. Oh. Let's see. They give you plenty of these guys here. Turn off the light for a second. You guys can still follow me. All right, so we're gonna put the adhesive somewhere right here. There we go. Open the pack that Hansshow provided, the double stick tape. It's funny, I asked them, you guys provide double stick tape? I guess I said it wrong. So they do provide it. Got my questions answered there. Actually, we might be conservative just in case we need that for the trunk as well. But if not, that's fine. So where to place it, I think it might be a good resolution. I think just right here, as much as we can. We're gonna have areas that is not gonna cover, which is like a little bit right here, this slit, this corner right here. But that's okay. I could probably cut it. Let's see if I can cut it out. That way we don't have adhesive just hanging out, you know what I mean? One thing I hate is having adhesive just there to catch dirt. So let's see here. So it's probably like an inch, a corner like this right here. So get a pair of scissors if you have one handy. I think we had one when we opened the box, right? Oh, stroll away chair again. It's my driveway. It's not perfectly round incline. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut like maybe an inch and a half inward, because we just half an inch, and an inch in. That should work. This is probably an inch, right? Heck, we can even make a round curve if you want to be creative, I guess. You don't have to do this. This is my probably pet peeve. to try to do a really clean installation. But that's what's great about doing your own. Sometimes you get a little bit more careful. Kind of see things the way they are. Okay, not bad. All right, so we'll lay out the foundation here. Well, this one needs to be first, sorry. This normally, with, like I said again, with less talking and more doing, you could probably get done within an hour. So you'll see me do it, and then you'll be assured that what else to do. And heck, you might even make a way better video of installation than I can. There we go. Okay, try to hit all the surface area that I know is gonna probably come to meet. Yep, as far as I can tell. It's a little soft. Give it a good press. You want to definitely have it pressed onto this surface first before you try to press it onto the second surface, because there's no point of giving it a good press on the first surface and then this one, it's not really there also. So you can see here it's taking its shape a little bit forward.